Wanted for trashing a McDonald's? That's crazy.
Went into Nancy Guthrie's house, knew what they were after. He thinks this was targeted. Law enforcement is digging deep as they search for the 84-year-old stretches into yet another day. Sheriff admits suspect or suspects.
Do like another pain med, or do you want to? Just one every 8 hours. How's your pain?
Up their sleeve that the bad guys might not be prepared for. We're on the case presented by law.
I'm asking how your pain is. The same.
Yeah, like since they stopped with again, like the pain come back down too.
Genetic genealogy, that's a phrase you were hearing a lot in the case of Nancy Guthrie today. And when I heard that term, I thought about this case.
Professionals, I'm not. I don't know. I really do think I need an attorney. I need to use the phone and I need to call someone and I need legal representation.
We're not gonna have you any more questions.
I'm very dry right now.
Yeah, they're up your ass, bitch.
Welcome to Al Mazrah. Exploring, looting, and securing intel will open access to missions and targets. Expect resistance from local forces and watch for other operators in the AO.
It'd be funny if he just straight up like, alright, you got me.
Using technology that investigators may now be turned to in the search for Nancy Guthrie. Break down that case in just a moment. As far as Nancy
Ultra One, we need you to secure supply boxes in the area. Locations are marked on your tab map.
It does not seem to be the smoking gun so many people are hoping. As the law files from Nancy Guthrie's home on the side of the road, those did not match anyone in codes, the FBI's national database. DNA found inside of Nancy Guthrie's home. We don't know on what the DNA is, but that sample that was talked about.
Ultra One, supply boxes. You're clear to proceed to the next objective.
Sheriff Christie. Says that they are not going to give up. Now, the sheriff went on to say that they're not looking at whether, including max, you see the suspect wearing was purchased at Walmart. Now, Jack, that appears to be a Walmart.
Let's go.
All content secure. Good work.
This case suggesting Tucson.
Ultra One, make it to Exville again and we'll make it worth your while. Good hunting.
Oh, internet connection quality is not current.
Ultra One, enemy
Wow.
appears low in your area.
Did you see that? Oh. Gotta notice the said internet connection is not sufficient to broadcast gaming. Never got an ad before. Oh no. They lagged it? No. No, I was so close.
Days ago, as they looked back through Walmart's records. Now, the sheriff added in an interview with NBC News that the suspect
That is
was
good.
wearing a ring in the video on the steps of the house. And then you have that gun holster on his way.
I hope I don't fucking lose the streak. This is gay.
Ultra One, a squad mate is down.
Damn it. God fucking damn it.
Tucson area reported with a list of dozens of people and pictures asking if they had been to the stores in the last year. This is according to Fox News, which interviewed the gun store owner.
Why, bro? Why?
On the list look like the person you see in the surveillance video, and again, the time frame.
Fucking PlayStation lobby. I have crossplay off. God damn it. Fuck this. Thank
have a matching
fucking
profile.
God.
That FBI database
So
that
close.
only contains the DNA profiles of people who have been convicted of crimes or arrested. So it is a very small part of the population. Now, the sheriff says that law enforcement will turn to other techniques. And it's not as straightforward or quick as it may sound, but there are a lot
This
of
might be it, man. I'm feeling
where it has
confident.
been
Now that I turned off the
six
crossplay,
In fact, we talked about a case
I think this
on
might be
the
it.
show not too long ago that you may remember that used this technique to crack a cold case that went unsolved for 24 years.
I don't know why. I want to incriminate myself as much as you guys possible.
The world sees Jackie Chan as a wholesome legend. They see his son JC as an entitled disaster who rightfully ended up in prison. But what really happened inside this family is far more complicated than many are willing to accept. Jackie Chan admitted he never wanted a child. In fact, he said it was an accident. Like many fathers, he tried to make it work anyway.
Just admitted
but
it?
he has been very vocal about his extreme
You're not supposed to admit that to your kids?
cheating on his
No.
partner, and even physically abusing
Yes, we have some.
he
Never
had
mind.
a daughter with a mistress that he never talks to, and she refuses to accept him as her dad. And while you would hope that Jackie is trying to reconcile and reconnect with his children now that he is getting much older, that's not exactly the case. Today we're going to explore the complicated truth behind the Chan family, the story of how a generational curse shaped JC's downfall, how he ended up in prison, and how Jackie Chan could not prevent it because he may have partially been to blame.
Damn.
Most people don't know just how poor Jackie Chan was while trying to make it as a stuntman in Hong Kong, China. He used to literally wait for people to leave food scraps on tables at restaurants
If
so
he
he
was
could eat.
partly to blame, then could he be partly preventable?
I don't want to always call my father to be standing
So you're
around. Every 6 o'clock in the morning, you see everybody in the yum cha, the Chinese yum cha. You go in, you sit down, you have a thing. Then I just standing here. No, I'm ready. Yeah, I just standing here. I just pretend that I'm eating. Then I just, come on, hurry up, 6 o'clock. Before they cash, then I sit down. Come on, let's go. Okay, after they take, go. I just go, wow, nobody eat.
Oh,
That's
so you
how
put
I
the egg
survive in the
on.
morning.
But being at rock bottom did not stop him from dreaming. He studied Kung Fu for over a decade and wanted to become a stunt coordinator for film. I didn't know the camera angles. I only knew how to do the stunts, like a stuntman, but I thought about how to improve myself. On set, Jackie would treat
Alright.
So expect contact.
Jesus. What's up, boys?
Hey, what up?
Chance to work with his childhood hero, Bruce Lee. To Jackie, performing stunts with Lee for Fist of Fury was one of the most pivotal moments of his career.
Did they crash your lobby last game?
Yep.
Yeah, me too.
His relationship could not flourish as Bruce Lee passed away due to infection of painkillers that caused swelling in his brain. Bruce Lee was a superstar.
I didn't know that either.
This is where Jackie Chan found himself filming the shoes.
Oh, not again. Okay, I think I'm still here.
However, Jackie Chan
Ultra One, a squad mate is down. You are taking
God
effective fire.
damn.
it was hard enough that he was pushed to replace someone he respected so deeply. Trying to copy
Ultra One, we're seeing increased activity in the area. Stay sharp.
Someone else. And looking back, fans of Kung Fu movies seem to agree. The films underperformed at the box office, allowing Chan to convince producers to just be himself. Jackie said everything in the movie was supposed to be decided the opposite, leaning more fancy, more pretty. Comic, instead of taking time, Jackie would blow. Instead of sticking to traditional weapons, he got the chance to make things interesting, ladders, and while Bruce Lee was serious, intense moments, Jackie chose to
You backed out.
Ultra One, your squad is scattered. Sticking together will help you survive.
Working on this film, the story produced about Paolo Plus and Chase Slick. It's the first film where he gets taken to a group that he essentially called
Shit.
JC.
That's what I meant to do.
I got a whole team on me.
Oh, shit.
Ultra One, a squad mate is
Oh,
down.
Jesus.
You are taking effective
What
fire.
fucking homo. Run around the one tap like a little faggot. Babakanda eats caca. Queef.
Which is why he gained such a die-hard fan base around the world. However, the stunts came at a major cost. He and his team couldn't even find an insurance company to cover them. And when you hear about the long list of injuries he suffered, it's amazing he's still alive. But before we dive deeper, as I've gotten older, I sometimes think it's time to start taking my own health a little more seriously. I'm going to get a real sense of a rated doctor today.
They're all still on me. They're right inside the airport with me.
Smashed eye socket, electric shots, suffered from brain damage that would have killed the average performer. Like how he leaped from a cliffside in an early movie, Armor of God. Jackie nailed it on the first tape. Maybe it was too slow. He decided to try again. After leaping onto the same tree, using the first tape, a branch snapped, sending Jackie plummeting to the ground. The blow to his head was so bad.
There's a car to your right.
Oh my God! Yes! 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 Yes!
This only added to Jackie Chan's aura as an industry legend. People loved and respected his willingness to put everything on the line for the perfect job.
They're all still in there with me. I got procs off. But yeah, they're all inside with me still.
Was becoming a massive global success. His personal life was filled with struggles and constant failure. He found himself in a relationship he never wanted with a child he would barely see, and he didn't know how to handle it. He'd spent years living two separate lives. His behavior started to seriously hurt everyone around him. In 1982, Jackie Chan found himself getting secretly married in a Los Angeles coffee shop to his wife and popular Asian actress, Joan Lin. The two had just discovered that Lin was pregnant with his future son, J.C. Chan. While others may have seen this as a blessing, Jackie felt like he was being held hostage. It was an accident which conceived J.C. I had never thought of getting married, but I felt it was akin to being forced to get married. At the time, Jackie had never even considered starting a family. He was still invested in his work and had no intentions of slowing down. According to Jackie, his opinion started to change when J.C. was born. I took one look and saw that my son was double-boned too, which amazed me to no end. Only then did it sink in that this baby was my child, and then nothing else mattered. However, while Jackie might have felt this on the inside, his behavior told him the story. He would later admit that money and success quickly got to his head. He went from dumpster diving for food to being a multi-millionaire in his 20s. On top of that, his stunts were extreme. He and his team felt like they could die at any moment, causing Jackie to live recklessly. He said, all day I drink and drive, in the morning dashing a Porsche, in the evening dashing a Mercedes. Every day I was in this dizzy state. On top of risking his life on a screen, he was spending money faster than he was making it in the JC. I walk around with bags full of cash and spend it recklessly. I wanted to go and buy everything I'd ever wanted in the space of a week.
Ultra One, you've got hostile reinforcements incoming.
Okay, I'll take 7 in cash. No need to wrap it up. Now, Jackie were a single guy. This seems pretty typical for young celebrities with money, but Jackie had a wind down, one that he never took the time to see. Instead, he'd spend nights out at the club, cheating on his wife while JC was home, essentially being raised by a single mom. Jackie, sex had also become an escape for him. His favorite was a girl he named Number 9. Visit whenever he felt the need to escape. Every night, Number 9 and I would squeeze into her knee on the low ceiling right above us. There were times when I noticed people were trying to leave through the cracks and toward us. It is literally like paradise. So when did Jackie make time for his son, JC? Well, Jackie said when he was a kid, he could only see me around 2 a.m. Sadly, it might have been a good thing that Jackie spent so much time away from JC when he was very young. He seemed to resent his family. Things spiraled out of control when Jackie physically punished JC when he was just a toddler. I picked him up with one hand and flung him across the room. He crashed. It was so funny. The amount of force I used in the back of the armrests could have been quite serious. After nearly killing and paralyzing this child, Jackie took a step back and promised to never lay a hand on his son again. His memoir titled Never Grow Up, Jackie admitted that his career as a father were a deep regret. However, he also seemed to believe that he still had his job as the thing. I've said in interviews that I've done well by a lot of people, but not my own family. That I haven't been a good father or a good husband, but I did my duty to my son and his mother. While many people in Western society would disagree with this, Jackie's view on fatherhood came from a different place at a different time. Plus, he seemed to be suffering from generational trauma he experienced from his own father. Jackie Chan's childhood is probably more brutal than any other Hollywood star, starting from the very moment his parents actually considered selling, believing it would be best for both their bank account and Jackie's future.
My parents get up. They get up. Still doing. No, he was selling the British stuff.
Yeah, very little money. Jackie's family found themselves living in a small slum in Montreal, where Jackie got in a lot of fights outside of school. Noticing that Jackie was actually winning most of these fights, his dad sent him to the drama academy to learn martial arts and harness his strengths in a productive way. But for some reason, they let a child pick the number of years he'd be involved. Later, Jackie would admit this was a critical mistake.
See so many weapons. I stay on all my player. So happy. They said we have a 3-year, 5-year, 7-year, 10-year. I said 10 year. After I signed the contract, 1 week later I buy like a hell. Then I remember 10 years
Outgoing. And while the academy taught Jackie acrobatics, singing, dancing, and martial arts, this was more like military school that limited parental involvement as much as possible. When you take a look at some of the rules of the program, it honestly sounds like jail. If the China Drama Academy sees high potential in a student and sends him on tour, the parents are not allowed to object. If parents interfere with the tour life, fines are expected. Parents must live in your it's up to the school the child or teacher and bring in the fire the school meetings and the content where the school must punish them. However, the school is only allowed to do so if the parents voluntarily consent. Voluntary parental consent is enforced by the school. Then come illness, accident, or death. The school will not receive any compensation. Unfortunately for Jackie, his parents didn't consent to all parts of his
Yeah.
strength could still be tested.
You wanna go to game? You wanna game?
No, I was watching what kind of culture is from.
Then after that, upside down, it's staying
Jackie describes this part of his life as a to judge his own son as he is addressing this
to do the marathon. Oh, on
I
foot.
think this car is
Get missile dig. Three left. Devil.
To start his career at JC himself. He started Weston Lewis, Jack Channing. This film, where the star at JC was headless. No, he didn't seem to understand. But he didn't seem to care. It was a success or failure. JC said, at first when they sent me the script, I said, what the hell is this? I don't read scripts. Hell no, I'm not doing this movie. Then someone explained the story to me, and I thought it was a challenge. I used to have long hair, and they told me they would have to cut it. I said, okay. I thought it was just going to be a little, not a friggin' 2 or 3 inches. I didn't know because I didn't read the script. While his dad did everything he could to learn about production and choreography to get to the next level, JC pretty much thought the process was one big joke. When asked about the movie, JC said, I looked stupid. There was no purpose for me being in that movie. Regarding his dad's presence, JC told the New York Times, I'm used to it. My dad has made movies for a long time. Even before I was born, he was already Jackie Chan. I'm lucky to have a dad who's really famous, but people...
Put your hands out the window!
in its head.
We knew that James Stokes didn't like Dexter Morgan. He could almost sense the creepy vibes coming off of Dexter. But it took him a long time to figure out his secret. So how did he go from simply calling Dexter a creep to actively stalking him to prove he was a creep? Today we'll be looking at how Stokes knew Dexter was a creep. First thing we need to consider is just how hard it is to manage a full-time job with the Miami Metro Police Department.
1, actuals in the blind. Complete your faction missions and move to Exville. You're in the dark down there.
So, of course, we would bound to go missing sometimes in the office. So I started
You're a liar.
Dexter was usually careful to do most of his preparation rather than the actual kills. Typically, you can lunch breaks for collecting South America, and when the relatives in the U.S. couldn't get off the beat, he would throw them. He was the worst kind of human being, so thankfully he didn't escape Dexter's notice. On his way to end George's life, Dexter tries to sneak out of the office, but George notices and asks him where he's going. He simply replies, "I'm famous." Fortunately, Stokes wasn't paying attention during the scene, and Dexter had his fun fishing. Dexter moved. Suspicion of Season 1, Episode 3, Dexter is not reaching tell him about the situation. Eventually follows him to the shipping yard where we get that. Let's ask him what he's doing.
I loved when you watched that for the first time. You're like, wait, this is from... I'm like, surprised, motherfucker.
like, while he was retracing cast-off patterns near the body, he has this intense look on his face while he is thinking. Dexter reads a scene that says that after the case, he will submit Dexter for psychiatric evaluation. Dexter proceeds to talk about what he thinks happened at the scene. All of a sudden, he gets lost in his appreciation for the killer's work. Two notes ask him if he was getting excited. And stared at nothing to do with crowds holding. Dexter found the most familiar and later on in the episode, we discovered that Jason's been on his chair. The boy who told us earlier episode, but didn't stop there. After Jeremy told us from Joey, actually gets to follow him and finds him trying to color. After they find Jeremy's prints on the crime scene, Noakes approaches Dexter and worried about the case.
Dude, if I lag out in this fucking game.
Ultra One, there's increased enemy activity. Ultra One, you've got hostile reinforcements incoming.
Flashbacks of Dexter's interaction with those. Let's see Dexter dramatizing what possibly happened to the victim with a little too much excitement.
Slices her. Terrible. Blood's racing.
I've never seen someone so excited by a crime scene before.
Flexible. A little too much.
While reminiscing on that moment, Dexter said he let his guard down by showing his excitement, and that was the first time Jones got a glimpse of the victim. Definitely wasn't the last time. Now, one might argue that this is
Ultra One, activity is increasing near your location.
Oh,
Stay
what's that
alert.
pizza? Wow. And Sodi.
For instance, that time he was trying to recreate the possible suicide case, he decided to throw a dummy off the roof to experiment. That seems normal
This box
enough
anyway?
until he says that he put the dummy in a trunk so you could see her.
Alright.
That statement was
Mods on. Fuck, I forgot to check the lobby. Thank God. Stokes, yeah, he was in the war or something. Dark passenger.
Yeah, that's
He saw Dexter's friendly act and knew that there was something not
I know, baby. It happens. It happens. Oh, I might have to cut this stream because I'm lagging hard. I'm gonna cut it. I'll come back later.
Aside from noticing the